Hello, welcome to Sound and Fury Book Reviews. As usual, I'm Tina. Today I'm doing a book review of The Lich Before the Darkness by Timothy Stormcrow. This is a book that came out in 2024. It's a horror fantasy. It's self-published. I received this ebook from the author in exchange for a fair review. I'm just going to say I give this book a 3.5 stars, rounded up to 4 on Goodreads because I'm nice. A fun, fast-paced, and entertaining fantasy horror, The Lich Before the Darkness is great for those who love irreverence and vignette-style narratives. What's it about? The fates of Aisling, Eric, and Maeve are intertwined in a world where the extraordinary is already commonplace. Aisling confronts daunting challenges in her new job as an investigative agent within the Department of Investigations and Discoveries. Eric, blessed with the unique ability to communicate with spirits, navigates a reality replete with ghostly presences, learning his very existence will change the course of history. And Maeve, after being murdered, resurrected, and then fired from her job, is forced to confront the demon she sacrificed and to start a new career. Their stories weave together to create suspense action mystery, set in a world where gods walk the earth and monsters ride the bus, with a new take on some classic creatures from popular folklore and how they would cope in a modern world. My favorite part of this novel were the short chapters featuring throwaway characters and creatures. Each one featured a creature from horror or folklore interacting with regular people in ways that are either creepy, funny, or put a new twist on a classic concept. These were such fun because each was a surprise. My favorite one, I think, was the one about the brownie. That was great. The overall concept of the book, aside from that, was well developed. As you heard in the jacket copy, we have a sort of like new member of the X-Files situation, a fixer of sorts who's also some kind of witch siren, and a guy who has a lot of ghosts following him about. The world building is also really engaging, as well as some creatures are part of everyday life, others are rare, which is why Aisling and Maeve's jobs exist, to deal with them. The descriptions of the creatures are also well described and easy to picture, and there are some great moments of humor in the book too. Now, when it comes to critique, obviously I have to provide some, the pacing was a little off. While I had no trouble following what was happening, the last 15% or so felt really rushed, and there's a cliffhanger ending, which I'm not super fond of. Cliffhangers can work well, but in this case, it felt like no threads were tied up for everyone, which left it feeling a little bit abrupt. And while I liked the characters, I could have used some broadening out of them, as the book is quite short, so there was space to do so. That's not to say they were bland or blended together, but just that while I got the gist of all of their kind of deals, I also really felt I knew them only on surface level, as we don't get a lot of time for introspection or flashbacks to really flesh them out. This might also have to do with the writing. While there were moments of great writing, generally in the descriptions, which were really strong, there's quite a bit of kind of overwriting, which is where you write stuff twice, either in a different way or you say things that are implied. And there was a lot of showing and not telling, which my editor brain couldn't avoid seeing. For example, with the latter, at one point we're told they had gotten very close. But A, I wasn't sure whether that means romantically or platonically. And B, this is something that should be shown with dialogue and body language throughout to make the reader come to that realization on their own. If you have to tell the reader something, then you have not shown it enough in your writing. That's something I end up telling, I'd say 75% of the people that I edit for. So yeah, the thing is, it's not egregious. You know, if you're not an editor, you probably wouldn't notice. It does help the book move at a faster pace, I think. I had to provide some critique here. So overall, though, I thought the book was built on some solid bones and was quite entertaining. Yes, bones was a bit of a pun. It's a fun, fast read, that's for sure. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much to the author for the review copy. I really appreciate it.